Wow, it's hard work. No, it's just me just making a further additional comment on Star Trek Discovery Episode 3. It ain't bad. I mean, hey, it's alright. I'm getting honed in, but I still don't like those damn Klingons. Get rid of them things. They bring the show to slight disrepute. They just ain't working well. But for those who follow this show completely, I mean, I like the way it starts. As I said in the last comment on the Star Trek Discovery show, this one I'm commenting today on the Star Trek Episode 3, The Context to a King or Four Kings. I'm starting to see too much similarity with way back in the day. Do you ever want to remember the Star Trek Voyager? Yeah, the Paris scenario. Well, and the Marquis scenario. Now look upon that. We'll put that aside for a minute. Let's talk about our music. Now the music's alright. I like it, but I like the way they start it at the end. They start it okay. And it goes on a bit like what you'd find on a show called The Fringe. I mean, it's okay, but it's a Star Trek, not a Fringe. And the way it ends before it goes into the show itself, the episodes start with that famous thing, you know, the famous thing of like where they usually say space, the final frontier, etc., etc., etc. Well, it is a thought, and I think I don't know where everyone else agreed there who watched this show, this new Star Trek Discovery show. I know I didn't make a comment on number 2. 2 was brilliant, but I'm not talking about 2. I'm talking about 3 on something of my observation of the episode that I watched only recently. I do many hours, so it's tricky to fit them all in. But anyways, as I was saying to this particular show, those helium-sounding Klingons do let it down still. I'm sorry, get rid of the helium. Get rid of those squished helium, like cherry, blueberry, date, whatever you want to call them, wrong-looking type Klingons, because they just don't do good for the show. But back to the music, as I keep going backwards and forwards, a bit like my bleeding day-to-day job. The thought being is, why don't I have that tune at the beginning, then go into the Fringe-sounding theme, which is a good theme. The good way they do it. Could do a bit more with it. Still sounds like Fringe. And then, like they end it, and then go into the show. It still won't interfere too much with the show, but come on, you're using bad ideas. I mean, let's be honest. Let's go back to what I was pointing across Paris from the Star Trek Voyager saga. Way back in the episode 1 Caretaker. It was a good show. Bit slow, bit like this new Star Trek thing. It was a bit slow on the start and builds up to some various type of stories. Now this is doing the same thing. We're in season 1 still. Season 2 I'm reckon is pushing it. Depends how we're doing. If it's doing well, then great. If not, well, what ideas are they going to use? I mean, the authors, the co-writers, with respect, what are you going to choose next? From the fan base? The fan base, like, you know, the Star Trek Continues ideas? Are we going to start seeing those ideas come into the new Star Trek Discovery show? I still think, and I'm sure if there's anyone out there who follows the Discovery shows, the fan base ones, that is what you should have been doing, not this Discovery. This Discovery is a good show, but too many things don't seem to tally right. Timeline seems wrong. The ships, they're overrated. They're even more superior than the original series. Now, pardon me for being a bit dim, but isn't it meant to be between Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek the original series that this was based? Because it's not selling us that. It's not telling us that story. All it's saying is there's a group of people copying the idea, basing the idea of something like you find Battlestar Galactica, or you'd find one other sci-fi show I'm not going to mention. Farpoint. Oh, well, I'll mention it. Farscape. Are they stealing Farscape and Battlestar Galactica and a very good show years and years ago, which was Space Above and Beyond? Are they stealing them ideas to try and get it across that this is the one to watch? Write some original ideas with a twist, which is what seems to work well with the Continue series, the Star Trek Continues fan base. Now, I like all of those, but the Paris idea, what I'm saying is, Now Paris, let's analyse the Paris situation. Now Paris, he was from the Marquis. He was a rogue Starfleet officer. Lo and behold, he was kicked out of the academy. Boom. Then he went on with the Marquis, and then basically, bang, he became a Marquis pursuer. They ended up taken by this big space station. After taking him out to try and catch the Marquis, you know, Janeway, the captain of that ship, took him from a prison encampment and put him on the ship to help find the Marquis, where they ended up serving for 7 years later. They were still serving, Paris now being back into Starfleet. And then, now, look at the situation. Now you come to this Mike. We'll call it Mike. The Vulcan, the human that went to Vulcan. I've forgotten her name now. I'm too tired to think of her name at the moment. But she was done for mutiny. And now suddenly, this big spaceship, highly advanced spaceship of the fleet, of the starship, of the Star Trek Universes Academy and Federation, comes and takes 4 prisoners and has this particular first officer now a non-officer, and they're utilising that officer for whatever means they want to use with their storyline. Too much like Paris. And I might add slightly the Borg. The Borg came from the Borg. They rescued this Borg, converted it back to a human. Bing bash bosh. There we go. You've got a rogue from Star Trek Voyager. You had also a Borg from Star Trek Voyager. And now you go to this new Star Trek Discovery. You've got a mutineer now back into Starfleet. All not registered them, but she's going to be a main player. And they're using her like they'd used the Borg. I mean, come on. Are we running out of story ideas, or are we really struggling with this particular one? I mean, so far, yeah, I'm watching it. I'm enjoying it. But it's trying to get past looking at the similarities with Space Above and Beyond, Battlestar Galactica and many other sci-fi flicks like that. It's not so much the Star Trek because the ships are too advanced. But anyway, it's still a great show. It's still not bad. It's tolerable once you get rid of those damn Klingons, or adjust those Klingons to something we're all more used to, and make them more threatening as they should be, rather than these gerbil hamster things in helium. So anyway, that's what I'm going to say, and that's mine just saying, keep the good work up, view it, make your comments, and yeah, let's see how this pans out. I still reckon you're losing the plot a bit with this one. If you make season 2, I'll be surprised if it survives season 2. Because it's a good story, but it's still weak in many areas. And the timeline slightly off to what everyone works with. Okay? Enjoy or not. But do watch the Star Trek Discovery and put your take on it. Let them know. CBS, listen to us, please. You know, we're trying to give you an idea to make this show be as good as all your other shows. For once, listen to everyone, not only the fan base, but everyone. Co-writers, indeed, pay attention. But I'm not here to moan at you. Enjoy, carry on the good work, and take care of yourselves.